Hello everyone. So now that I'm taking a break from playing Red Dead Redemption 2, it was time for me to start looking into other games that I could play, and it only felt right to get back into Grand Theft Auto 5. Now my relationship with this game has been a bit weird. I didn't get GTA until 2020 when the premium edition was going for free on Epic Games. I played it for a decent bit, but then for some reason I didn't play it at all in 2021, so about a month ago I loaded it up and played it for the first time in about a year and a half. And now I've gotten past the stage in the story where I left off the first time I was playing it, which is about 35-40% through it. So I'd still consider this my first time playing this game because I didn't even get halfway through the story on my last playthrough. So yeah, I've never fully played through the GTA story, and when I tell people that, they don't believe me because it's been out for 9 years and it probably is the most iconic video game of all time. So playing through the GTA 5 story is almost like a checklist thing that everyone who plays video games has got to do. So that's why I was so excited to get back into it, and I have to say I've been playing this story and I'm having a good time with it. In this video, I'm probably going to say things about GTA that those of you who've played this game for years will be like, well yeah, no shit, that's obvious. But do keep in mind that although I'm obviously familiar with GTA, I'm pretty new when it comes to playing it. Also do note that for this video, I'm going to be exclusively talking about the story mode, not the online, because truth be told, I enjoy the story mode way more than online, which I might get ripped apart for in the comments for saying, but it's true. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience playing the GTA 5 story in 2022, what I like, what I dislike, and my overall thoughts on how it compares to the most recent game from Rockstar that I've got hundreds of hours on, Red Dead Redemption 2. Diving into the things that I'm enjoying about GTA, it's a simple one, but just driving around the map is so nice. I remember when I first played GTA in 2020, as well as recently when I started it again. After I finished the first mission, I just drove around for about 10 minutes with no destination, just roaming around the map. Get a nice car, stick on a good song on the radio, and pair that with Franklin's special driving ability where you can slow down time, it's almost therapeutic. And with the huge map, I could actually just aimlessly drive around like that for an hour and not get bored. And look, I know GTA is no Forza or some proper car game, but the cars feel good. Like the silent whir of a coil or the roar of an Infernus feels class when you're driving it. And while I'm on the topic of cars, the amount of customization you can do with your cars is sick. Especially for a 2013 game, I really wasn't expecting to be able to change so many different things about my car. It's such a fun experience when you get a really nice new car and you completely alter it to your liking down to a T. Another thing I'm really fond of in GTA is the 3-character system with Franklin, Michael and Trevor. Not only do Rockstar so seamlessly manage to integrate all 3 of their stories together, but just the fact that you can play as 3 people who are totally unlike in personalities, appearances and backgrounds is amazing. Also, the different special abilities that Michael, Franklin and Trevor have fit with their characters so well. Michael, a retired bank robber who obviously was handling guns a lot, gets to slow down time while shooting to be as accurate as possible. For Franklin, who drives a lot, it makes sense that he can go slow-mo while driving to weave in and out of traffic and turn tight corners. And for Trevor, he's just a mad bastard, so his ability just lets you mow down people while taking less damage. My favourite thing about the 3-character system though is the missions where all 3 of them are involved and they work together flawlessly, and it so smoothly switches from one character to another. For example, in one mission I'd be as Trevor flying Michael to a building, then it switches to Michael who breaks into the building and kidnaps someone, then it switches to Franklin who's covering Michael with a sniper rifle, then back to Michael who finishes the rest off. We switch to Franklin to take out some choppers, then to Trevor who's flying Michael away, back to Michael to shoot at the following choppers, and finally we switch to Trevor to fly back to the lot. I just find it so cool how everyone so seamlessly gets involved together and you switch to different characters to do their different roles. As for which character I prefer the most, as a character and to play as, Franklin is definitely my favourite. Out of all 3, he's definitely the most honest and innocent, and while I do like Michael and Trevor as characters, I don't really care about what happens to them as much as I do with Franklin.
His parachute fell to open? And now you kinda wish he'd missed a tree? But morality is a human construct and you are not hardwired to think that way?
In terms of the negatives, to be perfectly honest, there's no huge fundamental problem I have with GTA, there's just a couple of small things that annoy me when they happen in game. A lot of my problems come from the cops, how easy it is to get the cops on you, how long it takes to get rid of the cops, and how so many missions end with you having to lose the cops. It really does become very annoying very quickly. It seems like half the time I'm playing this game, I'm trying to escape the cops. For starters, how am I getting a star when I did a crime that absolutely nobody saw, like when I steal a car in a completely secluded area or shooting someone with a suppressor when nobody else is around? There's no way I should be getting the police after me for that. And considering how long it takes to evade them, I don't know why so many missions end with me having to lose the cops, and I end up spending more time trying to lose the cops than I did doing the actual mission. Another thing that sort of bugs me is flying on keyboard and mouse, or should I just say keyboard because you don't use your mouse at all. To fly, I have to have my left hand on the WASD keys and my right on the number pad 2, 4, 8 and 6 keys. So when I'm in a plane, I use the WASD keys to steer myself, and then use the number keys to roll over or go up and down. And then in a chopper, I use the W and S keys to go up and down, and I use the number keys to steer me in the direction I want to go. It was extremely awkward to use at first, to the point that I'd literally be crashing every time I stepped foot in an aircraft of any sort, and although I'm sort of getting used to it now, I still think there's got to be a more convenient way to fly in this game. And this one is sort of related to flying, but it happens with all vehicles. It's when you're in a mission and you arrive at a destination and you have to park your vehicle in the exact position where it tells you. Take for example this clip of me driving a chopper and I have to park it down at the car park. I park it pretty well, but because I didn't park it in the precise position of the yellow circle, when I get out of the chopper, no one else does, so I have to get back in, raise the chopper up and park it what must have been less than 10 meters away from where I originally parked it. And then I can get out and continue with the mission. I think this is more a problem with the very rigid layout Rockstar has for their missions. This even happened to me sometimes in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I hope it's something they work on for future games because it frustrates you a lot when it happens in game. And speaking of Red Dead Redemption 2, how does GTA 5 compare to it? Yeah, it wouldn't be a Rombark video if I didn't bring it back to Red Dead 2, but seeing as these are the two most recent games from Rockstar, it feels appropriate to compare them. So I'm not going to go too in depth because I plan on making a video focused on comparing the two of them, but I will say a couple of things that I've noticed playing GTA from someone who's played a ton of Red Dead 2. In their core fundamentals such as the mission layouts, the movement, the combat, they're both pretty similar. You can pick apart little things within them that are different, but I think generally you definitely know that they are made by the same game developer. But if you look at it from a wider point of view, all things considered, they're pretty different games. The biggest difference I'd say would have to be the time era. It changes everything. In Red Dead 2, although civilization is starting to spread rampantly, you spend a lot of time in nature on horseback with nothing but the trees or the open fields surrounding you. But with GTA, obviously as it's set over 100 years later in the modern world, there's skyscrapers and cars and expensive houses everywhere, so you're a lot more out of touch with nature than you are in Red Dead, where you'd see all different types of animals and plants around you. It's neither a good or bad thing, but it's something you definitely notice when going from one game to the other. In terms of overall quality, there's no real discussion in my opinion. Red Dead 2 every day of the week. There isn't a single thing in GTA that I can say does better than Red Dead. Obviously I'm talking about the story mode here, online is a completely different story. But I don't think it's entirely fair to compare them in terms of quality. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 5 whole years later than Grand Theft Auto 5, you'd hope that would be a significant improvement in terms of quality. I wasn't going into GTA thinking that it would be better than Red Dead 2, but I will say I definitely wish I'd played GTA before Red Dead. Because since I've played Red Dead before it, in a lot of ways GTA feels like a downgrade from Red Dead. This isn't anything against GTA though, I'm still having a lot of fun in it and obviously it isn't going to be as high quality as a game that came out 5 years after it. So in conclusion, even 9 years after its release in 2013, I'm still having a blast playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and I'm not even halfway through it yet. To be honest, I haven't the foggiest clue where the story is going. It seems to go in a completely different direction after every mission, but all that matters is that the missions are fun. It doesn't have to be an ultra serious game where the story is so important, as long as the missions are enjoyable, that's fine by me. And even though I'm not entirely sure where this story is headed, I'm excited to see how it unfolds. The only spoiler that I've received is obviously what we all know happens in the end, but even though that is a pretty big spoiler, there's still a ton of other things that I don't know will happen yet, so I'm looking forward to playing it more. And when I do finish the story, expect a follow-up video to this where I talk about my conclusive thoughts on the game and story as a whole. Thank you so much for watching this video. Firstly, I'd like to apologise for my very patchy upload schedule for the past month or so. I was away from home at an Irish thing called the Gaeltacht for 2 weeks, and then when I got back I was sick for a couple of days, and to be perfectly honest, for the first time in I'd say 3 years, I was completely at a loss for video ideas now that I've stopped playing Red Dead 2. I've noticed that since I'm obviously so familiar with a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Modern Warfare, I've got hundreds of hours on both, it's so easy to come up with all different types of niche little video ideas for them. But when I've started a new game, like GTA 5, there's not many videos I can think to make about it apart from just, here's what I think about it. So that's what this video is. So yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. It's frustrating because I've had so much free time, but just haven't had a clue what to actually post on my YouTube. As well as that, I've been spending a lot of time trying to sort out my AdSense payment, which is a pain in the arse because since I'm under 18, there's loads of little things I've got to do, and it's taken forever, but we move. I still have just under 2 weeks until I'm back to school, so I'll definitely get one other video out before the end of summer. So there it is. Like the video if you like, dislike if you didn't, and if you think you'd enjoy my videos, drop a cheeky little sub there. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching this video, and take care of yourselves.